This is the Convene podcast. My name is Maggie, Digital Media Editor. Paris 2024 is on a mission to show that providing sustenance for athletes and fans at the world's largest sporting event can save the palate, meet a wide variety of cultural expectations, and serve the planet. What it takes to feed the athletes at the Paris Olympics. Written and read by Jennifer N. Dienst, Senior Editor of Convene.
The Paris 2024 Olympic Games have officially kicked off, and Sodexo Live has been in training to medal at the event. Not only is the global hospitality company the sole food provider for the restaurant in the athletes' village at the Paris 2024 Olympic and Paralympic Games, it is also in charge of making sure fans, the staff of the organizing committee, as well as all athletes at 14 Olympic and 8 Paralympic competition venues are well fed. It's the fourth time Sodexo Live will be providing food services for the Olympic Games, but this year is different. In addition to the challenge of feeding thousands of people around the clock, the company has a new set of sustainability benchmarks to achieve in keeping with Paris 2024's goal of having its carbon footprint against that of previous games. It's a key part of a larger effort to make Paris 2024 the most sustainable Olympic Games yet, a journey Convene explored in our December 2023 cover story, Game Changer. From sourcing and transporting ingredients to managing food waste, every aspect of the catering life cycle has been put under a microscope. According to a recent article published in MIT Sloan Management Review, catering accounts for 1% of the game's carbon budget, including providing more than 13 million meals and 18 million beverage servings. After building and furnishing facilities, the largest remaining source of materials required, 9%, relates to caring for participants and spectators. Food and beverage accounts for a large proportion here. One method for diminishing the carbon impact of the game's F&B operations is to source as many ingredients and food products as possible from within France. The team at Sodexo Live worked closely with Paris 2024 organizers to implement a more sustainable purchasing policy, which calls for using only in-season produce, sourcing 80% of the total food supply from France, and 25% from farms within 250 kilometers, or 155 miles, of Paris 2024 competition venues. Another is relying heavily on plant-based menus. Research shows that the life cycle of popular animal meats like beef produces significantly more carbon emissions than plant-based alternatives. 60% of the food available to spectators at Paris 2024 competition venues is plant-based, while plant-based items comprise 33% of the menu options served in the Athletes' Village restaurant. And then there's the global aspect of the games that must be addressed. A unique challenge for the Sodexo Live team is balancing sustainability with the varying nutritional needs and vast cultural differences of 15,000 athletes over a 2-month period. In that time, Sodexo Live will serve them more than 500 food items in the Athletes' Village, in a 3,500-seat space housed within a massive film studio complex in Saint-Denis, Cité du Cinéma. Paris 2024 has adapted the 121-year-old building into a restaurant, a prime example of the game's efforts to use mostly existing infrastructure. To appeal to the palates of athletes representing more than 200 NOCs, National Olympic Committees, as well as the IOC Refugee Olympic Team, the restaurant's main dining hall has been organized into 4 themes: World, Halal, French, and Asian, which has been further divided into areas dedicated to international, French, Asian, African, and Caribbean cuisines. A quick scroll through the hashtag Paris 2024 tag on TikTok reveals an Epcot-like atmosphere, where athletes meander between stations, filling their plates from a global poo-poo platter of options, from chicken gyoza, 6 out of 10, better in Tokyo, remarked a commenter, to Greek yogurt and mango, 5 stars, said another. To no surprise, French staples play a starring role. In the dining hall's boulangerie, baguettes and croissants spill out of baskets along with other French pastries. Giving the athletes a taste of French gastronomy is one of the goals inscribed in the official food vision for Paris 2024, brought to mind by the creative minds of several Michelin star chefs. Our chefs and nutritionists have worked in collaboration with the National Institute of Sport Expertise and Performance, INSEP, and various national Olympic committees to design the recipes, Estelle Lamont, Sodexo Live's director of the Olympic Village, told Convene in an email. Each menu went through about 7 or 8 iterations before being finalized. An example, green lentil dal served with coriander skyr yogurt. A creation of the executive chef for the Athletes Village, the vegetarian dish is made with green lentils grown in the Paris area instead of traditional red lentils, and its high protein content also meets the needs of Olympians. Reducing the carbon footprint of the Games naturally means to make reductions, full stop. Paris 2024 has set out to use zero plastic in its catering operations, equipping its dining spaces with 200 water, soda, and orange juice fountains, as well as reusable dinnerware, including cups. In the kitchen, that means eliminating as much food waste as possible, which has been baked into Sodexo Live's operation for years. The company uses a program called Waste Watch powered by Lean Path in an effort to cut food waste in half by 2025. Sodexo Live chefs use the Waste Watch program to collect food waste data on the venues where they work to see where they need to implement changes. We raise our chefs' awareness of the global food waste issue and teach them sustainable cooking practices to help the effort, Lamont said. That includes, for example, applying a circular food waste approach by incorporating trimmings or byproducts, and truly using every last bit of food while mitigating waste, she said. Additional efforts to that end include using bruised fruits and vegetables and turning bio-waste into compost or biogas. And whatever leftovers are edible will be donated. As Paris 2024 organizers signed an agreement with 3 associations that collect and redistribute unsold food.
If you enjoyed this episode, do give us a 5-star review and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. For more industry insights, visit pcma.org/convene. Until next time.